hate it when my hair does that. Just let it be, I guess. Hey, Levi. No, actually, you're fine, buddy. It's kind of cool that you're the first up. Sorry I didn't come up with any videos today. I've not really been up to it. I'm a little. My body has really been dragged under. The only reason why I'm pushing the live stream is where I didn't give a head up notice, so don't know how long we'll be running it. Just my body's been down today. Almost reminds me of how it used to be when I was low iron and everything. It's just dragged. Didn't feel like doing anything at all. I haven't even gotten any housework done today. No, I'm not sick. I'm just dragged. Didn't even feel like talking to my son today. Well, I slept all night, but I don't know, maybe I got up too early or something. I ended up going back to bed when hubby got home, and that's not like me. I don't normally do that, so I don't know what it is with my body today. And it seems like I felt fevered, but that could just be me. I hate it too. More than likely I'll be feeling better tomorrow, though. It had been a pretty rough week. I've been busy most of the week. So maybe my body just really kind of went out of commission. I don't know. Poor Mitch, when he gets on here, he's going to say, "Are you sad?" I'm going to say, "No, I'm not sad. I'm just dragged." I'm going to have to put some guidelines down on the stream where Anthony likes to talk the way he does. I'm going to have to make it the rule that if there's any ugly talk, I'm going to have to give timeouts. I didn't think it was right for me not to do a live stream without any pre-notice. So I figured that at least I'd run a stream and see how long I can go with it. It might go 2 hours, it might go 1 hour, it might go half hour, I don't know. Just according to how long I can make it. I might end up feeling better by the time we're finished. I don't know. Hey, Julian. No, you won't. You love me too much. Just a little dragged out today, buddy. Just a little dragged out. Hubby told me this morning maybe I'd feel better being able to talk to y'all. So we'll see how good I get to feeling today. Hello, Anthony. I want you to keep your foul mouth out of your fingers, you understand? Or I'm going to have to give you time out. I'm not going to take your wrench away, but I'm going to make it a rule that this chat stays family friendly. So anybody who gets ugly in any way, I'm going to just give a timeout. I love you too much, kid, to ban you from my chat, so I'll just give you a timeout. Oh, thanks. I feel pathetic. I'm hoping that I feel much chipper tomorrow. I ended up feeling so bad today that this morning I broke down bawling. It's been a rough day for me today. It's been extremely hot out too, and I don't know, maybe the heat's getting to me. I done pretty good today, but I was so hungry so early. So I turned around and I ate a little later, but it wasn't anything major. So I'm trying to make sure that if I end up eating again, that it's nothing big, and just, something light, something small. But the really good thing is, and I'm sorry that I didn't do my journal today, but the good thing is I lost 7 ounces. So I came in this morning at 176.6, whereas yesterday I was 77.3. Tomorrow is measurement day, so fingers crossed that my measurements are looking good. Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, believe it or not, there ain't no problem with that. But I'm also making sure to eat plenty of greens like salad and stuff. So yeah, there's no problem about that. But you also find out, and this is what I found out when I was doing the Ray down, that when you eat less, you actually don't have to go to the bathroom so often because you don't have so much food that you need to, you know? So, but with me eating the salads, I don't have a problem. I'm pretty regular, mostly in my arms. Like, there's a certain way that I can hold my arms, and the skin is kind of wrinkly right here, and then I've still got the sag right here. This hair, the majority of this now is skin, whereas it used to be fat. So yeah, I've got some loose skin, but it's nothing major. I'm not going to have too much of a problem with loose skin. I agree. And there was one person who had lost a whole lot of weight and ended up with the loose skin, and they said just carry it around like a trophy because that is evidence that you had lost weight. And it doesn't bother me any. At first, I was a little bothered that I still had what I call wings, but it doesn't bother me anymore. That's true. But then there's the problem of having a scar where it was removed. So I'd rather just keep it. But I also understand that the autophagy that I had talked about yesterday in the video is also good over time to renew the skin, tighten it up. So in time, as long as I keep doing what I need to, my body will kind of renew itself and the skin will tighten up. I really didn't feel like it, but I didn't give a notice ahead of time, so it wouldn't have been fair for me not to. So I'm going to hold out, and we'll see how it runs tonight. I might end up doing pretty good, you know. We'll just find out. Besides, Mitchell came up with a pretty good idea. No, baby boy, I'm not. I knew that you would ask that. I know my buddy by now. When he sees I'm not smiling, he's worried. I'm not sad, Mitch. I'm not sad at all, baby. I'm just, my body is dragged out today. I'm just dragged out. I like your idea, Mitchell. So if we get a decent crowd in, we'll do that. I might end up being able to give a couple laughs here and there, but honestly, I've not even had the energy to laugh about anything. I can smile, not too weak to smile. But yeah, if we get a good enough crowd, we'll do your idea. I like that. I wouldn't mind y'all doing it too, though. It would be kind of cool if you all would do the same thing. Mitchell's idea was to play a game called Two Truths and One Lie. Of course, any lies it said has to be what is called white lies, because I don't want there to be any lies that's actually lies, you know. I'm so blessed to have you guys, seriously. God blessed me with a very good group. I'm sorry that I didn't give a shout out video today. And you've had two good ideas now, Mitchell. Two very good ideas. So the one idea, what was it? Your idea was trivia, wasn't it? Sure, if you want. But your first idea was trivia, wasn't it, Mitchell? Because I was trying to think of things to do for this chat. Anyway, I mean, it was such a good idea that even Dylan took it, so. But yeah, Michael, go on ahead. Or Levi, rather. I'm sorry. I'm reading your name. As Mitchell described it, you give two truths of yourself and one lie, and we're to guess what's the two truths and what's the lie. Well, I already know that you like really cool colors, and I know that you don't like burning up. So you already told us how tall you are. So the lie is that you're 5 feet. I'm certain. 28, 5'11", ambidextrous. Now, ambidextrous, is that using both hands? I'm wanting to make sure what that word means before I say what I think is the truth. Okay. Oh boy. I'm going to say your age is the lie. No, I just didn't blow dry it. I let the air dry it, the wind. So it's just closely. So Julian says that you're not two-handed. I say that you're not 28 years old, and Mitch says that you're not 5'11". Who got it right, Levi? Or Mitchell, rather? Mitchell got it? Me. Wow, cool. I know a lot of people really don't tell their real age. Anybody else want to go next? We've got us a true vampire here, guys. That explains why you're so white. It's not all that sunscreen. Okay. Let's see. I live in Texas. I have 4 kids. And I was born in Indiana. Levi and Julian's got it. No, actually, I do have 4 children. I consider my granddaughter my fourth child. She's my baby too. I practically raised her from the time she was born until I left my ex. So, yeah, I've got 4 kids. Yes, you did adopt me, didn't you, baby? I'm still thinking about whether or not I'm going to adopt you. You keep that foul mouth down, and we'll see about that. Well, you're definitely younger than my daughter, so you would qualify. That's kind of funny. Mitch is 1 year older than my son. My son's going to be turning 17 next March. And Julian is almost 3 years younger than my oldest. Okay, Levi, I'll adopt you too. I don't think I can adopt Nikki and Mark, though. That's a little bit too old. Yeah, really. Okay, Mitchell, give us your three. Yeah, I'll adopt little Reagan. Give us your three, Mitch. It'd be the toes. It's Minnesota, huh? Huh. Where did you say that you live? And my brain is halfway on fog right now. So if you've only got 9 toes, what happened to your 10th toe? Okay. Yeah, silly really boy. And not a good time to go playing with my brain. I was getting ready to ask you what happened to your 10th toe. When did Jens move? MT is from Montana, correct? Are you serious, Julian? Ah, I see. That's like I was 8 when I moved to Kentucky. It was in 1980. I moved to Kentucky. Lived there until 2014. I was 42 years old when I left Kentucky. If we'd get a bigger crowd in here, it'd really get interesting. Do you know where you was born? Did they share that with you? I was thinking maybe you was born like in Mexico or Spain. Well, I was trying to think of a proper way to say anything about that. It's your age. It's his age. No, it's not WTF. I'm going by your looks. You kind of look like you're Mexican. That's just going by your profile picture. Hmm. Well, then you just had a birthday because you told me you was 24. Mm-hmm. I pay pretty close attention. The only thing I've got mostly a problem about is remembering what states people are born in. Especially Mitchell's because there's too many M's. But I remember you mentioning that your middle name was Martin. So if you're going to play two truths and a lie, it's not good to share information ahead of time. Martin's his middle name. We was all saying our middle name, remember? Alexander. Okay. Anyway, um, we might get some traffic a little later on. I think my oldest daughter wants to legally change hers. She's never legally done it, but she signs her name different. She added an extra letter in there that's not how we spelled it. So I don't know why she done that for her. I think she said that she likes how she spells it or something. I don't know. I think she done it in rebellion because she had a problem with me. Oh boy. Hmm. I only have one grandparent left. My birthday's in December. And I have a pet mouse. We had some run-ins when she was a child. The usual rebellious kid, and it happened that me and her dad had divorced once before when she was 6 years old. And while me and her dad was divorced, her aunts kindly disrespected me and fed her lies. Well, you're right about the mouse, but you're actually wrong about my birthday. Yeah, the oldest. I was born the day before New Year's Eve. My birthday is December 30th. But still close. This is very good, Mitch. My maternal grandmother is the only one that's left. Anyway, there was lies given to her, and she believed them at that young, tender age. And so when I got back with her dad, she grew up the majority of her life really having problems with me. We even literally fought, not just argued, but fist fought. You was close, that's no problem. You just missed it by one day. That's no problem. But now that she's a mother herself and she's finally matured quite a bit, we've got a better relationship. Yeah. And unfortunately, I was the target. I would try to actually spank her as a mother, and she would get me down onto the floor, have me pinned, and be punching me. And that she could fight. I ended up with bruises and knots. And whenever her dad would catch her at it, he would stop her. But a lot of times he wouldn't be at the house when she'd tear into me. Yeah, me too. We've still got a little bit of friction between us, but it's nothing like it was. It was hard coming back into the picture and trying to be her mother. because of the lies that had been fed to her, and she believed them. And so I think that's why she changed the spelling of her name out of rebellion. Oh, well, I know that you wouldn't, baby. I had a rough 20 years or so, but God put me into a better place. And even though my relationship with my children is somewhat strained because of me and their dad divorcing, it's still better than it was. Me and my son, we get along very well. Me and my second daughter, we get along okay. She's always so busy though, but we get along okay. And then me and my oldest, as long as we don't get into a subject that we disagree about, we're okay. And me and my granddaughter, we've got a good relationship. Oh, well, for one, there isn't too much to say about them. Other than I think that my children are very beautiful. And despite of how that they had treated me on a whole, especially my oldest daughter, um, I love my kids very much. I wish that we had a closer relationship, but it really screwed things up when I left their dad. It took a long time for my son to get over it. My oldest is going to be 28 on the 16th next month. My second's going to be 20 on the 29th next month. And my son is going to be 17 March 3rd next year. Or March 5th, rather. He was born in 03. His birthday is March 5th. My granddaughter just turned 9 June 16th. I try to keep up with my kids. I wouldn't have ever even fooled with Facebook, but my kids are on Facebook, and so I signed on to Facebook so that on occasion I could see how they're doing. But it happens that my middle child deals more with Instagram, so I kind of follow her on Instagram, and then I follow my oldest on Facebook. Neither of them. My oldest has a hard time with relationships, and she can't seem to find a guy that treats good enough or is a decent father figure for my granddaughter. Even though the one that she's with right now, he seems to be okay. I got to meet him when we went in May, and he seems polite enough and things. So, but my daughter's pretty well given up on love because she's been messed over way too many times. She'd fall head over heels in love with someone, they'd turn around and be some kind of a jerk, and so now she's given up on love. But it makes it easier for her to get by as long as she's got somebody that's got a job. So, and my second one, she's in a relationship, but she's not married. Oh, you brought your mouse. Yeah, but Mama can't play with it here. You brought your mouse in for Mama. She brought Raggedy Ann in. I have met my my second daughter's partner, so to speak. That's Julian for you. How do you think I have found out so much about everybody? He asks the questions, everybody answers, and I find out. But yeah, I've met my daughter's love. I've, I've met them, and they're sweet, very very polite and everything. It's just it's a touchy subject, Julian. That's all. Believe me, the person is sweet. They really are. Thanks, Anthony. If my body wasn't so dragged out today, I'd be smiling even better. Thank you, Julian. This is one that I'd rather just keep to myself. I appreciate that. Thank you, baby. No, you didn't have to delete them. They were fine. You didn't have to delete them. I will put it to you like this, though. I very much approve of both of my girls' relationships. I approve of them. They're both very nice people that they're hooked up with. And that says something. So my son doesn't have an interest right now that I know of. If he does, he has it shared. But as far as I know, he doesn't have an interest right now. Yeah, let's see. Had any of you caught my video about all the beautiful clouds? I would see a beautiful set of clouds with different shades and shapes, and I would take the photographs, and then finally I'd put a compilation on them. Well, that's okay. I didn't get notification of when you streamed either, so the only thing that we can do is just keep checking each other's channels. It's under various or different subblogs. It's under the playlist, different subject blogs, my playlist, and you'll find it. I had titled it, I think I titled it Majestic Skies or something like that. Let me double look here how I titled it. It's very beautiful, every one of them. Radiant Clouds compilation. That's what I titled it. Radiant Clouds compilation. It's underneath my playlist, different subject vlogs. So if you're ever interested, check that out. It didn't get as many views as what I was hoping, though, which is incredible. Because I thought that would have really caught some people. Oh, is that the link to it? I'm a little dragged. Just a little dragged today, Terry. My body has been so dragged down. I've not even gotten any housework done. I was half tempted not to even stream, but I didn't give a heads up notice about it, and I didn't want to be rude about it and just not live stream at all. So, like I was telling Levi and all of them, we'll see how far we go. We might end up running a full 2 hours, or who knows. It's just according to how long I can make it. But quite frankly, it's doing me pretty good to be sitting here talking to all of you. There's your pumpkins, Terry. And hubby had told me this morning that maybe talking to you all would help me a lot. And it doesn't stop my body from feeling dragged out, but yeah, at least my mind is in a better place right now instead of dwelling on how I'm not feeling, you know. I don't know. I wish they were. Yeah, isn't it something? But I mean, seriously, I didn't even feel like putting a weight loss vlog or nothing today. I didn't do the shout outs or anything. So I'm going to have myself a little bit of work tomorrow. Talking about Mark and Nikki Mitch. And that's because they were until they changed their names. Um, I had noticed that Nikki was pretty fast to do some Google on you. That's just how good my creative crew works. They're the best of the best, Terry. I love my creative crew. Nikki ended up finding you all kinds of things to get into. When you had asked for anybody to give any ideas that you could do in Pasadena, yeah, Nikki jumped right in there, Julian, and she done some Googling to see what could be done in Pasadena, Texas, and she gave a list for Terry. You guys are the best of the best. I've got a good group. Well, what aren't you understanding, Mitchell? Where are you stuck, bud? On what I'm talking about about Terry or about the first couple? remember Mark was President Trump and Nikki was the First Lady? That would make them the first couple. I knew you would. Oh, that's okay, Levi. Enjoy your meal. That's Terry, I want to show you the work that my creative crew done with me last year. The reason why they're my creative crew. I so proudly display these on occasion when I get new people in. I shared this with Joy. And say it'll make Levi feel good to see it too. Oh, you like pumpkin, but you don't like the guts. I see. Got it. This right here was the very first adult coloring page that I'd done as a live stream. And I'd written down the ones that had been a part of it. But by this time, I didn't have Mark or Nikki or the other guys. Instead, I had Rogue Exploration, Money Magnet, Amy 69, Chris Peck, All American Grandpa, Pretty Boy Clan, The Brights, and I put in many others. This was done, wow, almost celebrating a year anniversary. I done it on the 11th of August last year. Can you believe that? Uh, Possibly. Anyway, this was my first adult coloring page done online. The date was August 11th. You guys hadn't come into the picture yet, though. I had written down Rogue Exploration, Money Magnet, Amy 69, Chris Peck, All American Grandpa, Pretty Boy Clan, and The Brights. And I put many others, but apparently I didn't have a name for them. But none of Jens had come in yet. I remember that for sure. Jens didn't come into this first live stream with this. Well, as it happened, the reason why that it turned out so good was because everybody was picking out the color. I would point out a spot, ask what color do we need for this spot, and they would give me the color. And that's how we operated. And then eventually I started having them also choose which page that we would color. So this one was done September 1st. And we had First Lady and President Trump. which happened to have been Nikki and Mark. It is special. And we had Michael Green, who's Levi. We had Rogue Exploration, Nathan Likes Drums, Amy 69, Bit of My Life, Michael McReynolds, Mike Hunt, who's Mitchell Hunt, Paris Life on the Farm, Exploring with CF, All American Grandpa, and The Brights. Oh, you saw that, did you? Anyway, this is where my creative crew finally came into the picture. And this is their work. They chose all those colors. My creative crew, this page right here was the first time I ended up with all of these special people, and they chose these colors. I know, and it's still my favorite one, Levi. I mean, this one right here is the best. The colors blended beautifully and everything. You guys done so good. But yep, this is the first one that my creative crew came in, and they have been such special people to me ever since. Just like the ones that showed up on your stream yesterday, and they were your very first on your channel, and they're special to you. Yep. Yep, you hadn't told us your real name yet. Family, exactly. I have such a pride for these people. I really do. And it meant so much to me when they all ended up coming back to me one by one. I don't even know if we had done any in this particular one. I think I'd done all these on my own. Except that first one that I showed you came out of this one. But, yeah. And then this is the next best one. And we had Rogue Exploration, Mitchell Hunt, Redneck the Fam, Going Gonzo, 21090 Brewing, The Brights, Melanie Hine, First Lady Who's Nikki, President Trump Who's Mark, Michael Green, and Fifi Felicia Ann, which is who you all was asking about the other day. She doesn't even show up anymore. She still does videos, though, I reckon. And this is our peacock. And once again, they chose the colors. No, you still hadn't showed up yet. You kind of showed up at the very last, Julian. You know, I never did know about that. I never did, Julian. This was done September 8th. The peacock was September 8th. You must not have shared that with me. Either that or I'm not remembering. That is a shame, though, that happened. It was a pretty peacock, a very pretty peacock. And then we had done this one, but I don't think I've got any names on it unless I wrote it on the back. Ah, yeah, here we go. And I had written, "Thanks, Painting Pals." This was done on my daughter's birthday, September 16th. Chris Peck, Mr. Mystery, Money Magnet, Vice President Pence, which was Mark's brother, President Trump, which is Mark, First Lady, which is Nikki, All American Grandpa, Rogue Exploration, Exploring the CF, Jim E. Huh. You know, I don't remember him ever being on there before. Judy Turner, Mitchell Hunt, Michael Green's Belly Flab. Anyway, this is a bunch of pinwheels. And I tell you what, that made me dizzy looking at it without the color. That was hard to look at without any colors on it. That was so very hard to look at. Trying to find one where you was in here. You went by John Kerry. But you came in at the very last. Let me go look in the other one. Where'd those other pins go? Here they are. Hmm. Huh. I don't have you written down anywhere, Julian. Not as John Kerry or nothing. I don't have you written down anywhere. And I know that you helped color at least one page. You might have done it. I didn't write any names down for that one. I did not write any names down on that one. Probably because people stopped showing up. But it seems like you was there to help with that peacock. But I don't have your name on it. That kind of bothers me. But you was definitely part of the creative crew. But I don't know exactly when you came in. That bothers me. The painful cross. It was so monotonous. There was little leaves and flowers to color in so much of it. And, you know, I was trying to find something that would look really good. But it was so boring and hard to do that the last time that I worked on it, the only one who showed up was Brian. And he ended up saying, "I'm out of here." So I colored it on my own. Good night, Mitch. Enjoy your time with your dad, baby. No, it's not bleached, Mom. Y'all, Mom's in the chat. And you're right, hon. I couldn't go back and look for that. Because I definitely did. I definitely did put the video on the live stream playlist. I don't know necessarily though. Um, it won't necessarily help to know when it was. Let's see if I can. It's going to take a little while for me to even find it. Boy, my face was so fat. Hmm. Guess I have to let it play for the chat to show up. Unapologetically gnomes. I didn't write that name down. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to be rude. That's kind of driving me nuts. I'm that kind of person. I'm going to dig until I find you, Julian. Amy 69. I'll let it keep running. Hey, you did kind of lead me up to that. It's here against the wall, Mom. Oh. On this one that I'm going through, Amy 69 and you, Levi, was the only two left on the chat. You know, it's very much possible that I have failed to even put the other ones on the live stream list. I remember very plainly. Hmm. I'll look at this other one, but I'm thinking I did not even put it on the playlist where you was on. I had failed to put all of the live streams on the playlist. Shoot, which one? Yeah. Rich chat. Because I'm trying to find the coloring pages, but we did talk some without coloring, didn't we? I'm gonna turn around and have to dig so long. Here we've got President Trump, attorneys of Chris Peck, Michael McReynolds, Levi. Hmm. Anyway, since you did see yourself, but I didn't see you on the coloring. Boy, there's some names here that I don't even recognize. I doubt that they're even watching any YouTube now. If they are, they're not watching me. Anyway, I'll do a little deeper digging on my own time instead of still in this. Oh, that's okay. Huh. I left that in the playlist? Or did you put it in your playlist? You're smart, Julian. Anyway, that's okay, Terry. I understand. It happens. Oh, I believe you. You did, Ren. Good, Anthony. Okay, since you're in here, Terry, um, we had done a little game called Two Truths and One Lie. So basically, you give three things about yourself, and one of them is something made up, and we have to guess which one is made up. They do. They act a whole lot different now. Everybody acts different now, though. The way I see it, everybody does. From when I first met them, Anthony. Yeah, I say the flying. No, seriously, I agree with you, Levi. From how all of you acted last year, and even me, there's a big difference in us. It's almost like we've matured, you know? We stopped putting all goofing aside, and we've really started respecting each other more and being mature. It's what I'm seeing. Well, I didn't meet you last year, buddy. We're still getting to know you, Anthony. So, yeah, I'm going to say that number three is the lie, it's the made up. Hey, Nikki, you're next, girly girl. That is after we're finished with Terry. The reason why I'm guessing number three is because you have anxiety issues. So it kind of makes sense. Well, you can act mature now, Anthony. You don't need to graduate to act mature. Ah. Oh, by the way, Terry, Linda Stepp is my mother. And mom loves purple. And mom loves pumpkin pie. And sweet potatoes and yams. Because you can act younger and mature at the same time. Maybe that's why I like you so much, Terry, because you remind me of mom. talking about all of us acting different, Nikki, from when we all first met last year. Yeah, when we was talking about pumpkin pie the other night with the painting, I immediately thought about Mom. The really cool thing is Mom and Terry lives in Texas here also. She lives close to where me and Chris used to. It's not easy. Yeah, that is true, isn't it? My sister-in-law would call Mom her. She never called Mom anything other than her or she. I'm just glad that we are all very blunt with each other now. Yeah, she came in here with her mouse. And she was meowing with the mouse in her mouth, wanting me to play with it, but she didn't bring it up to me for me to throw it. Yeah, she's lingering around. Your nickname? Well, I don't know. I don't have a nickname for anybody. Your nickname can be whatever you want it to be, or whatever anybody else calls you. What, didn't want to say anything about you two being married or not married? Thing is, though, I don't know how many people you fooled, but you didn't fool me. And it was really evident when Mark was heading home and you was at home and you two started arguing. I have actually known my creative crew now, Mom, for a year. The well, the first adult coloring page I done live, um, I didn't have Mark and Nikki and all of them, but on the second one, which was actually done the 1st of September, so 1 year is actually coming up. And it doesn't even seem like it's been that long. I love you too, Mom. Yeah, Terry loves all the good old shows. Give us the good old reruns. We'll sit down and watch us a good marathon of I Love Lucy. Out of all the Lucille Ball shows, I think my favorite one is definitely I Love Lucy. The other ones was good, but I absolutely love I Love Lucy. I'm subscribed to the Carol Burnett show. That and the Carol Burnett show skits. I'm subscribed to both of them. And when it comes up in recommendation, I watch one and then they've got it in the entire list on the side and I just binge watch. I crack up laughing so hard when Tim Conway is on there. Oh, really? Uh, our dog looks a lot like a dog that my husband had when he was a little boy. Um, I don't necessarily miss being a kid, but there are some pretty fond memories that I miss. Hey, Dylan. Let's see. We have got Nikki to do. And are you going to be able to hang with us, Dylan? Okay. Well, then I'll let you go first, Dylan. Huh. Oh. Oh, and I love how your channel is busting. I took a glimpse of the Ford, that car, the can't even remember what it was, but anyway, that Road Tough Ford that you showed off. Um, that I saw how that your channel is just it's going through the roof. Wow. I didn't even know Tucker was a famous name for a dog. So anyway, Dylan, before you go, buddy, I'm going to let you go first. Mitchell had a great idea. It's called Two Truths and One Lie. So you give three things about yourself, and we have to guess which one is made up. Hey, Kentucky girl. I better write Jen's down before I miss yins. I never even bothered to write down mom yet. Oh, that's okay. I understand that. All right, Julian. What I had said about giving 3 things about yourself, and we have to guess which one is made up. 2 has to be true, and 1 be made up. I'm going to let Dylan go first because he's going to be leaving soon. Everybody else so far has done it except for you and Dylan. Oh, and Kentucky Girl, she hasn't done it either, where she just got on. Oh, and I want to thank Nikki for jumping in there and giving Terry some ideas for her to go to. I tell you what, sinuses can make a person feel lousy. Yeah, I was just telling Terry before you even came on, Nikki, that you guys are the best. That you've done exactly what you do best. You're my great creative crew, and I was proud of you for doing that for Terry. I'm sure that everybody else has got extremely good people that's normal. You know, but I still like to say with pride, I've got the best of the best. I really don't know, Levi. I really don't know. If I can make it another 26 minutes, we might make it to a full 2 hours. Hey, I don't know if he was seriously eating pumpkin guts or if he is just teasing Terry. Hmm. I'm going to say number 1 is made up. I definitely know that number 3 is the truth. I definitely know that. That covers everyone, Dylan. I think number one is fake. Think it's made up. Ah, why don't I ever see you wearing yellow? I don't remember if he had said that or not. I don't remember. Yeah, couple of yous got that one. I don't ever see him wearing yellow. That's why I thought that was made up. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Well, okay. Girl, why do you always try to block the screen? Why do you do that? You want all the attention. You want all the attention. Okay, Nikki, your turn. And then after Nikki, you can go Kentucky Girl. Oh, well, cool. Well, Nikki and Mark does have a kid. All right, Nikki, three things. Now, would you like to get back down? Hmm? Would you like to get back down? You keep trying for the attention, don't you? Yeah, you do. You keep trying for the attention. You like the attention, don't you? Are you going to say hi to everybody? You say hi to everybody? Look here. There we go. Now you all can see that pretty face. I had to lay down and take a nap earlier today, and she slept with me the entire time, even though Papa was home. That's just like our babies. They just gotta get the attention. The bouncy knows her mama's not feeling all that good today. Shoot, this kid naps all the time. But she was concerned about me. I wasn't feeling good today. And so she kind of been staying close to me. Animals know when their mama and papas don't feel good. And it seemed like all of them were. Hmm. I'm going to be going to bed as soon as hubby gets to work. I don't know, maybe the heat's draining my energy. It's been staying over 100 degrees every day. And I take this dog out during that time. It's hurt on me and her both. Normally, she likes to kind of look around and mark her spot, and she quickly wants to hurry up and get done. first one. Hey, Don. It's the first one. Well, let's see, who was it? I think it was Levi, and or no, it was Julian. Anyway, we talk so much that we get to know each other pretty good. How you doing today? How you doing today, Don? Oh, cool. So he's excited about having a new home. I'm not remembering what you had told us. I know I like the name, but I'm not recalling what it was. Stop staring at her, Bouncy. She's going to pounce on you. Catherine, she ain't bothering you. Be nice. Be nice. Thank you. I really prefer cats. I love my Bouncy, but Miss Catherine is my baby. I've always preferred cats over dogs. Right, Renee. I would think that I'd remember that. I'd always thought of myself being one of those people that would one day be in a rocker, an old lady with a bunch of cats on my lap. Yeah, I'd say he's very happy to have a new home. It gets hard having to stay with somebody else. Really hard. Are you still on here, Kentucky girl? Okay, it's your turn. We really don't know anything about you. It's going to really be hard to guess which one you made up. No, haven't seen the young man tonight. I hope they've left him alone too. Number 3 has to be fake. Even though I'd say that'd kind of be neat living in a cave. You know, I don't know what time zone he's in. Especially if you don't have a problem thinking of the caves coming down on you. That's my paranoia. I would love to explore a cave, but I think about them falling. Yeah, I was wondering why that you would say that being in a cave would be cool, where you suffer anxiety. Well, I appreciate getting to know your name. Nice to meet you, Heather. Now I can call you by what you are. I love knowing people by their real name. It makes it so much easier. I've not tried pineapple on pizza. It is a pretty name. I've got a really good friend named Heather. Okay. Yeah, you shared that. You mentioned that, Anthony. Well, then I'm going to choose to welcome you by Heather. Just makes it easier. It's a very nice name. I think Everest is a good name. You know that you're an official on Amy's travels and vlogs when you are called by your real name. Hey, Kylie, how are you doing tonight? Well, I'm getting a nice little list tonight. I'm going to have my hands full giving my shout outs tomorrow. And nothing much. We've been doing a little exciting get to know you game where you give 3 things about yourself and one of those 3 things is made up. It's been interesting finding out a little bit more about everybody. We just found out that Kentucky Girl is Miss Heather. School is exhausting, I'll give you that. All right, Nikki. Love you, woman. Give Reagan a kiss on the forehead for me. Yep, we're losing our first lady. I was showing off some coloring pages, Kylie. The ones that I had done last year in the streams, and I think 2 of them's got your name on it, or at least one for sure. Two of them's got your name on it. So 2 of the adult pages you'd helped us color. Flashbacks, great flashbacks. I was showing off the pages to Terry in Circles. I'm proud of these coloring pages because you all are the ones that chose the colors. So, I proudly show them off to new people. Oh, well, that's not uncommon, Don. Won't be long. I'll have to be taking Bouncy out for the last of the day. I would have loved it if we had a pool in my high school. That would have been cool. I would have loved it. And I was one of those who participated in anything in PE. I always loved it when we done volleyball, which seemed like that was basically all we did was volleyball. I know somebody who can't float. My ex-husband does not float. He sinks like a rock. And he couldn't swim when I first met him. I taught him how to at least be able to swim in the shallows, so he swims underwater because he can't float. But he stays very close to the shore. Oh man, I loved dodgeball. And I was pretty good at kickball. Wow. 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 I took chorus too. I took choir. I took it in 9th grade. Most of the time, I actually know what a cat is telling me that they want or need. Most of the time, so it was funny. I discovered that I was able to talk cat when I was teen. Sometimes a stray would come around, and one day they was given a cat call because they was in heat, and I just mimicked it, and they actually fell for it. And so whenever I wanted to cause a feral cat to become more of a pet, I would give the cat call, they'd fall for it, and took off from there. All right, Dylan. I'm glad that you got to come in. Like I said, most generally, I know what the cats are wanting. I can seriously mimic a cat call. Seriously. Uh, Relay races was my problem. My team could be ahead, and then like I'd be the last to run in the relay, and we'd end up losing just because of me. Aw. I tried to run, but I was so slow. Man, I would pour my hardest out. I mean, seriously, I would try to run as hard and fast as I could, and I was so bad about it. Wow. My brother, when he was in the Marines, he was so good at running that he could run a mile in under 5 minutes. I was Miss Goody Two Shoes with reason. I was afraid to get in trouble. You know what? It'd probably take me 20 minutes to run a mile, just for the simple fact that I'd be lucky to run 1/10 of that mile, and the rest I'd have to walk it. Now, seriously, it takes me about 25 minutes to walk a mile. Yeah, I think his time was like 4.36 or something like that. And even now, like he's no longer in the Marines, but he loves to run even now. And when he does run, he actually runs like around 6 miles a day. And he was posting it on Facebook, his time for. I've got an admiration for the armed forces, especially the Marines. But my brother was listing his times for his 6 mile runs, and I think he was showing that he was making 6 miles in like 24 minutes or something like that. Yes. And yes, extremely. Yes. Now, my brother, he didn't actually get to serve after being in for 2 years. He ended up having trouble breathing, so he was discharged medically. And he wanted so much to serve. Wow. That's some fast running. That's some real fast running, Anthony. But you know what? 12 minutes, 13 minutes isn't bad either. Like I said, it'd probably take me 20 minutes. I loved doing relay races. I just always dreaded it when it was my turn because I just knew that I would fail my team. I would love to be able to run like my brother, seriously. I've often wondered for myself because, like, the park that I like going to has got some really good um, testing trails. And I think to myself, well, I'll rock these trails enough. I wonder if I'd be able to outrun somebody. I honestly don't know if I ever could, though. I think Axe spray is overrated myself, but to each their own. Ah, well, Levi, you was somewhat of a party pooper, weren't you? I was never chosen. Oh, oh wow. Wow. I guess we all ended up doing something that we got in trouble for. I like playing badminton. I haven't played a good game of badminton in years. I hear you, Catherine. I hear you. Mommy hears you. I didn't. Like I said, I was afraid to get in trouble. And if I didn't get in trouble in school, then I was definitely in trouble at home. um, according to how offensive it is. Uh, I never did play soccer in school. Oh, okay. Oh, you talking to me, girl? You got mama's attention. Well, Levi's typing. I had a teacher in sixth grade, never, ever, ever brushed his hair. He was my spelling teacher. He never brushed his hair. And it happened that when Christmas came around, or the Christmas that I had him in, um, when it came around, he was asking everybody what they would like for Christmas. And one spoke up and said, "Well, I know what you want for Christmas, a brush." Everybody cracked up laughing about that. Oh, wow. You too, Kylie. Thanks for stopping in anyway, even if you didn't talk. Have a great night. You know what? That's not necessarily a joke, though. In a way, that's kind of really no. That's kind of putting it very blunt, you know? Because you think about it, people's trying to make out like there's still slavery and stuff, and so no, that's fine. You can leave that. Well, you don't know unless you give it a shot. Show yourself to be a friend to this person. Oh, yeah, that's not really a joke. No, really. Tell you what, you can retract it if you want to, and if not, that's fine. Yep, sure does. And there's still some out there that you got to get the cotton out of. Mm. Same to you. I'll be praying for those sinuses. Matter of fact, let's all pray for her right now before she leaves the chat. Father, in Jesus' precious holy name, just touch Terry's sinuses, Father. Clear them up. and let the swelling go down, the inflammation and all pain and misery, Father, in the name of Jesus Christ. Thank you, Lord God, for touching her sinuses. In Jesus' name, amen. That's a good question, Anthony. You're welcome. Well, gang, I'm going to go on ahead and call this a night myself. I'm getting extremely tired, and I'm going to try to spend the rest of the time with hubby before he goes into work. But this ended up being a pretty interesting stream. I ended up with a decent list, so tomorrow's shout out is going to be I'm going to have a good shout out tomorrow. So I love you guys. You all are so awesome. Yins, have a great night, all right? I love yins. Another live stream tomorrow night. I'll definitely get those shout outs done tomorrow. You too, Heather.